We're at Crew Point, last home and away match of the season for the second division team, and it's also past Players' Day, big day for the football club. Their under-19s will be in the finals, which is great news. The seniors have battled a bit this year. Their president, Steve Espenshire, has been good enough to invite Gameface down to the footy club today. And Steve, thanks for having us. It's been a tough year for the seniors, but I suppose, shining light or the silver lining has been the under-19s. You'll be playing finals, which is great news.
Oh, definitely. Look, our under-19s, 70% of the side are bottom age. Probably another 20% are bottom age. And I think you might have seen out today playing against bigger bodies and still in the wet and made a great account of themselves. So definitely there's silver lining and everything, Dan. And not to forget the netballers. Our netballers have A-grade premiers from last year and second on the ladder at the moment. So we go back pretty deep in the netball as well.
So there is certainly a lot of positives. It's been tough for the seniors. What's been the biggest challenge for the senior team this year?
I suppose the biggest challenge is being the transition to a new game plan. You know, we've got a lot of young kids in the seniors as well. I think Dramana, who's sitting top of the ladder, played a lot of seniors 3 or 4 years ago, and they're starting to see the benefits now. And we've basically taken the same tack. You know, we know we're going to cop a couple of hidings. Oh, look, last week was the only real hiding we've copped. We've had winnable games up until then, but. Yeah, with those 19s coming through, we see definitely positives on the horizon.
So it's been encouraging, hasn't it? I mean, as you say, last week you're up against the best side in the comp. I think it's starting to flex their muscles. We saw that after quarter time against Red Hill, where they felt their previous month had been a bit patchy. Yeah. So maybe they're just fine-tuning themselves for the finals, and you could take that result out and think, in general, it's been a pretty positive year because you've been competitive in most games.
Yeah, well, look, the 2 games before that were winnable, and to be honest, you know, not a lot to be playing for last week. I think psychologically the Q maybe been put in the rack to some extent, and hopefully they redeem themselves today. But, you know, against Dramana first game, we were up at half time. So it just shows you how much can change. Who was it? Dennis Pagan said 90% above the shoulders, and
Correct.
I think that was reflected last week.
And as the president, have you enjoyed the challenge this year of being involved in the football club and the fact you've got 2 divisions? Has that been something that gives you something to hold on to down the track in regard to knowing that you can rise quickly with divisional football?
Look, personally, our club has been pro-divisional football from the outset, promotion relegation. I come from an amateur background, probably one of the healthiest competitions in the league. To me, a 3rd division can't come soon enough. I think it would be healthy for the Mornington region. I think that's the way to go, that clubs can regroup. And it makes the competition a vibrant competition. The clubs can move up and down, and there's interest both ends of the ladder. So definitely, I think divisional football is the way to go.
And the fact that the under-19s keep developing, you've had Mark Lawton come on board this year, and he was involved with the Balnarring Juniors. How much has that helped?
Look, the Balnarring connection's been fantastic, and we see ourselves, our future as a regional club. So we need to appeal more to those areas. And look, we've had. It's not just the players that come in; it's the people around the players. It's the families around them, and some great families have come into the club this year, which has given us a new lease of life. And yeah, with very different skill sets.
Nathan Johns, first-year coach. He has come probably into an environment where he hasn't had a lot of experience as a coach. How's he gone this year? And I believe it's a 3-year deal. You're confident that he can get the team up the ladder?
Look, Nathan's done a great job coming into a new environment, a young coach. We took a big punt on his age, and as long as he keeps entering it with a growth mindset, which we have a growth mindset, we'll grow together. And he's learned what has worked and hasn't worked, and we've learned what has and hasn't worked. But look, when their game plans come off, I think we've been very, very good.
And so, one last thing, you can say that it's been a positive year despite the fact that you mightn't have the wins on the board in the seniors. It's not about the seniors, it's about the club as a whole, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I have this debate with lots of people, what's the measurement of success? You know, if we simply go by grand finals, we know that's a very transient thing, don't we? Yeah. How many clubs win grand finals? But if we talk community engagement, we talk about kids being involved, you know, there are other various measures of success, and they're the things that sustain clubs. Otherwise, we'd all be out of business, wouldn't we, if we were just measuring it by grand finals? So, you know, we're looking at what makes us click. We're looking to more the strategic direction of the club, and, you know, that might be 3-4 years down the track. Yeah. One of the greatest challenges of all community clubs is volunteerism. You know, I think someone mentioned to me altruism is dead to some extent, but you know, clubs survive on it. Clubs survive on volunteers, and to me, that's one of our biggest challenges.
Good on you, Steve. I appreciate you having us down here today. Enjoy the Past Players Day, and thanks for joining us on Game Face. Good on you.
No worries, Dan. Thanks very much.
Thanks,
Thank you, Game Face. Get your Game Face on.